This is Joy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a quick birthday card to share with you using products from Scrappy Tails Crafts. I am using the A2 cloud cover plate, the Oopsy stamp set, and a stencil from A Colorful Life called Cloud Edger. So I start out my card by stamping the sentiment, Oopsy, I forgot your birthday. How many times do we need a oops, I forgot kind of card? I know I do. I always forget birthdays, even though I've got probably 1,000 cards in my file cabinet to give away. So I start out by stamping with Memento black ink onto smooth cardstock the sentiment. And I did off camera use my acetate grid to line that up so that I knew that it was straight. Then I came in with one of the flowers from Oopsy and I stamped that with Memento ink as well. I did have to ink that twice so that I would get a crisp impression. That is one of my complaints with Memento, is that it's not a super dark black. But what I love about Memento is it is compatible with Copics and with Catherine Puller inks, and it doesn't smear. So I always seem to go back to the Memento ink. So if you're a Catherine Puller ink fan, absolutely have Memento on hand, because you're going to see that I can blend right over that ink with no problem. So I did go in and stamp 5 of the bees from the stamp set, and that's what I love about Sabrina. She gives us lots of options. Some of the bees are in full flight, some are resting kind of curled over onto what could be a leaf. She sort of thinks about all of the things, like all the positions and all the things that a stamper would want, and she gives them to us. So I stamped all 5 with the Memento ink. I wasn't sure what my scene was going to look like per se, but I knew I either wanted 3 bees or 5. Ultimately, you're going to see that I use all 5, but I didn't know at that point. So I go in and I color my images with Copic inks. For my leaves and stem, I use the YG 03, 17, and 67. I chose not to go in with my lightest to darkest like I typically do. I started with my darkest and I put in the shadows. And I chose those shadows to be at the underneath part of the leaf and on the right side of the stem going down, and then like right under, like where the stem meets the petals. So those would be the darkest places. Then I came in with a YG17. And I'm supposed to say YG17 because it's not really a 17. It's not really the Copic numbering system. So I apologize. But I come in with the 17 and I go over that, like the edge of the 6-7, so that those 2 colors can blend and meld together, creating its own color and have a seamless blend. And you'll notice that the 6-7 and the Y7, they are a little bit different tones. I think the 6-7 has a little bit more of a blue in it, so you do have to work to do it. And then to get those to blend. And then I come in with the YG03. And the YG03 is more of a true yellow-green. So again, I have to really blend those colors. But by blending them and going over each of the colors, you just get all kinds of pops of colors that you normally wouldn't get if I had just gone with like 6-7, 6-3, and 6-1. And it looks more like a natural leaf. So that's my tip for greenery. With that being said, I go in start in with the stamen of the flower. Now you know that when you look at a flower, it's got a lot of brown, it's got a lot of a lot of dimpling and stuff like that when you look at the stamen. So I first went in with my E23 and I drew in the artist drawn in lines like into the center, and then I also outlined that with the Y19. But I was still looking for a little bit more realism, so then I went in with my Y26 and my Y28 and I drew in little circles haphazardly, and it did look a little messy and not clean. So when I was done with that, I went in with my Y19 and I reshaded that, and because these are translucent colors, I was able to make all of that blend. Now let's talk about Daisy's white flowers. So even though they're white, they still have shadows and pops of brilliance, right? So you've got to put in a gray of some sort to bring in the shadows and to give the flower dimension. So I chose to use my BV 25 and 20. And I thought I was going to be happy with that because I thought it looked very pretty. But when you look at stuff in a garden, it picks up the colors around it. So I pretended that my daisies were mixed in with a bunch of other flowers, even though they weren't. And I brought in the Y13 to add color to my daisies. I used the exact same color combination, the E23, Y13, and Y15 for my bees. And then I put those through my scan and cut. But Sabrina does have coordinating dies if you prefer. Now this is where I'm coming in with the Colorful Life Cloud Edger stencil. And I am using my Catherine Puller inks. And if you saw, I am putting that right over the Memento ink, and it's not smearing. Now the key to making a sky, one, is you need to move your stencil around so you don't have the exact same marks, cloud edge, everywhere. But you've got to bring it down far enough that you've got white space, because the white space is what creates the clouds. I know that this sounds pretty simple, but I see a lot of people when they blend their skies, they leave no white space and they just have color, 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 color. And that's fine if that's what you want. But if you want a realistic sky, you've got to leave white. That's just my opinion. You take it for, with a grain of salt if you don't like that idea. But this is how I tackle skies, is I know that I need to leave white in there. So next, I am going to bring in the A2 cloud cover plate. And what I love about this cloud cover plate is it's got the edger, it's got the stencil, the stitching in it. But Sabrina gives us multiple clouds and stars and other cosmic things that can go with it. So you get a big bang for your buck when you purchase this. I chose just to use the cover plate, but I wanted you to be aware that that's not the only thing in the set. You get so much more, and that's what I love about Sabrina. So once that is die cut out, I used my wet glue, and I glued that directly to my front panel. And then I also glued that down to my A2 card base. It's 120 pound cardstock. And then I brought in my bees, and this is where I was trying to decide if I wanted 3 or 5. Typically I go with odd numbers like I spoke, because it kind of keeps the eye moving and it's pleasing to the eye. So I popped up 4 of those onto foam squares, and I just arranged them around my scene. I fidget with this a little bit longer than I thought was humanly possible, but I sometimes struggle with how to keep the eye moving and placement of embellishments. So I leave this process in. Now, if you look at my foam squares, you'll see that my foam squares are gigantic. So off screen, I do cut those in half so that they fit my bees. So that's just another little tip. I love this little bee that I just put on the flower, the one with the wings that are going straight up. It looks like he's coming in hot, and I just love that. We have quite a few bumblebees in our backyard right now. My husband planted a garden, and we have roses and we have butterfly bushes. We got all the things. And it is just hilarious watching the birds and the bees, to be honest with you. We've got the bird feeders up. We've got all the things. So my garden is hopping right now. So that's what inspired my card today, was my garden and my husband's love for gardening and the bees. So I am putting the last two bees down, and the last one I put down flat up onto the cloud edger. So I have to tell you, we've got a new release coming up. I don't know if it's going to be, it's probably going to be in June, would be my guess. I can't tell you anything about it other than it is my favorite Scrappy Tails release. So keep your eye open for that, and just know that Sabrina has some amazing things coming up real soon, and I personally cannot wait to color. I can't wait to die cut, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So I hope you're as excited to see it when it comes out as I was. Again, if you like this video and you've stuck with me this long, I would really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, leave me a comment below. I read them all, and I try to respond to them all. Again, thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you for all your kind words and your encouragement. I never thought that I would ever start a YouTube channel ever, and it took a lot of courage to do so, especially with my crazy voice that wants to come in and out all the time. But I figure we all have something to share and to say, so that's what I finally decided to do. So until next time, keep crafting. Have a good day. Bye-bye.